This video chart presentation of Pure Cycle Corp. Pure Cycle is a NASDAQ capital market stock trading under ticker PCYO. Just a monster move at the beginning of the year from down here around $1.70 all the way up to $3.25. A big pullback, giving up more than half the gains, but went back on the climb on Friday on a really big spike in volume. See, it closed up 7.28%. Pretty much bounced right off an old support level. Now this is going back on radar to see if this rise is going to continue because there's not a lot of resistance in sight. Indicators, of course, are going to show a pretty big fall as its price per share has fallen from its highs, but the movement then last week has a 12 EMA curling back towards the 26. See, the histogram bars are moving up slightly, and on a broader perspective, it looks like it's still going to make a higher low in the MACD. Coming off a loose PPO ADX pinch, very similar look to the PPO. ADX is in a nice reversal position. Of course, the direction lost steam as price per share fell back, but it's pretty neutral right now, but leaning towards the bullish side of things for a reversal. All the volume and buying pressure, of course, just got the MFIs to spike. Accumulation distributions maintaining its uptrend. Taking money flows pushed back through zero. Very little time in the red, even with the large pullback. Buying pressures mainly remain dominant. CCI, talk about this a lot of times. Bottom feeders will use that buy point to break back through negative 100. And it'll be a hold until it broke back down through negative 100. Full stoves making a curl, showing some momentum, could be coming back into the play. Tricks, it's lagging. We're just going to look for it, try and turn somewhere right around the zero mark. It's bullish if that happens. Maintain the uptrend, keep making higher lows. The RSI, which measures momentum, sharp move, 7 spiking back upward. But again, there was a lot of volume and a lot of buying pressure apparently on Friday. What I particularly like about this is there was a pretty good resistance point right there at $2 that it pushed through when it came off this bottom. Now it did run right up to around 207, right up in through there. Once it broke through the $2 resistance, just kept on chugging, shoved right through the 207, 210 mark, and on the deep retrace, it held that old resistance as support. And that's a positive thing to see in an overall reversal of a chart. So if by some chance it did want to slink back down, I'd still want to see it hold $2. It fell through that, the odds are really increased. It's coming back down here near this $1.70 area to test the bottom support again. But in the near term, I look for $2 to hold. Even better if it can hold 210. But by pushing back through that 50-day moving average on the spike in volume, this is typically a pretty low volume play, but 355,000 shares traded in a day is obviously a big increase. I didn't take a look at the news to see what could have been driving that, so it could have been some sort of news release to help push PCYO. All that aside, I look for the next level of resistance not to really come into play until back up here around $2.50. That's about a 15% climb from where it closed on Friday, and a pretty nice upside that outweighs the downside back down to support levels. 200-day moving average is also coming into play there, adding some dynamic resistance to that level. But also that I'll be looking forward to see if it can go up there and challenge that. If it did want to get knocked back down, consolidate, see if it holds a higher low, and then wants to turn and take another run at it. Because from that point forward, if it could break through it, it'd be sitting on top of the 200-day again. 50 days making a firm upward trend. Could be identifying this as a true bottom for PCYO. And that's what I'm always trying to identify when taking a look at these technical charts. More resistance beyond that, just for the sake of it, will be somewhere up around $2.90 as an old support level historically. And of course, trying to challenge the old highs at $3.25. But kicking off this new week, I'll be looking for PCYO, try and continue its upward pressure, reverse the momentum, keep the long-term upward trend, and challenge that resistance point at 250. Those are the type of things that I'll be looking for in the Pure Cycle chart. But as always, it's merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.